Active galaxies require a massive compact energy source of enormous strength to stabilize the orbits of stars contained within them. The engine, which drives the direction of rotation and shape of each galaxy, consists of what astrophysicists refer to as a supermassive black hole, located in the direct center. The central black hole, located within our galaxy, contains an estimated mass of over 1 trillion stars and is believed to be over 2 trillion miles in diameter. Many leading astro and quantum physicists also believe that supermassive black holes spin at an unbelievably high rate due to their overwhelming mass. At this high rate of spin, the black hole's projected gravitational field is no longer spherical, but rather flattens out to form a massive yet extremely thin spinning disk. Our galactic plane can easily be identified by even the untrained eye. As one views the shape and characteristics of our own galaxy from images provided by the Hubble telescope and projected computer simulations, we can easily see that all matter moves and is formed around this flattened gravitational influence.
This also explains why all galaxies are flat and circular. If you look at our own galaxy, there exists a dark band which shows you where this gravitational plane is located, where galactic dust and mass has been collecting since the birth of the galaxy. This is where we can easily see the location of the galactic plane, which is what modern science refers to as the galactic equinox.
But what does this have to do with humanity's future? In the Milky Way, which is an active galaxy, our solar system cyclically moves above and below this galactic plane. As stars and planetary systems, including our own, approach this galactic plane, the gravitational influence increases, which disturbs the stability of each planet, including Earth. The passage through the densest portion of the gravitational plane is the direct cause of the devastating cycles and pole shifts that we see recorded throughout Earth's history. This cyclic nature of our solar system as we move through the Milky Way is precisely how many ancient civilizations based their calendar systems. The Mayans themselves describe what they refer to as the Dark Rift, or the galactic plane, in ways eerily similar to those of modern scientists and physicists. The Mayans state that the end of each age, which brings about worldwide devastation, is defined by the world sitting on the Dark Rift. Even though the Mayans don't clearly present the science behind why the galactic plane causes severe implications upon Earth's stability in modern terminology, it is very clear that we are talking about the same event, an event where the Earth passes through the galactic equinox, the Dark Rift, or the central plane. It all refers to the cyclic and destructive gravitational influence created by the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way. Researchers and scientists agree that we are indeed approaching the end of what the Mayans define as the current age. Even though many science groups are still debating the full implications of what passing through the galactic plane will have upon Earth, we have already begun to see the early stages that the increased gravitational influence is having upon our world and other planets in the solar system. As we approach the gravitational plane, we will continue to experience severe weather and ecological effects such as earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, and volcanic activity with increased frequency and intensity. As we penetrate the densest portion of the galactic plane and experience the full gravitational effects, we may witness unprecedented solar flares, unexpected meteor showers, and one or more geographical pole shifts. Subsequently, unexpected celestial objects may pass through the solar system, as they too are influenced by the gravitational plane. This may account for the ancient records describing several past worldwide catastrophes accompanied by passing bodies, comets, or what some researchers today refer to as Planet X.
Utilizing the latest in research data, we can speculate that due to the overwhelming rate of spin and the generated gravitational field, the galactic plane or gravitational disk could relatively be paper thin, requiring Earth, with our current speed of movement through the galaxy, only a few years to completely pass through this plane, experiencing the full effect upon Earth's stability. If this data is correct, Could this be what the Bible refers to as the 7 years of tribulation, in which the earth undergoes a series of devastating global catastrophes which result in the death of billions?
Well, one thing is for sure. The ancients endured several worldwide catastrophes that all but erased their civilizations from the face of the earth. Their clues, structural remains, and records have attempted to warn us and prepare us for the reoccurrence of this cyclic event. Warnings that so far humanity has ignored. Though modern researchers have a general time frame, we are still unable to pinpoint the exact year in which we will begin passing through the galactic plane. So even though the telltale signs are already evident throughout our world, how can it be known for sure when you should be bracing for tomorrow?
Computer simulations utilizing the collection of knowledge we have amassed through decades of galactic models and satellite data tells us that our solar system will definitely begin passing through the galactic plane in the very near future. The most severe effects that will cause worldwide devastation and a pole shift are most likely to occur beginning sometime between the years 2008 and 2015.
Despairing and abandoned by all, as long as God shall be God for all eternity. St. Thomas Aquinas says that the principal pain of the damned will be to see that they have lost their souls for nothing, and that they might so easily have gained the glory of heaven had they chosen. This sting of conscience, then, will be to reflect upon the little they had to do to be saved. A lost soul appeared to St. Humbert and told him that this was precisely the greatest pain by which he was tormented in hell, to think for what trifles he had been damned, and how little he had to do in order to be saved. Then will the miserable soul say, "Had I mortified myself by not looking at such an object, had I conquered that human respect, had I shunned that occasion, that companion, that conversation, I should not now be lost. Had I gone to confession every week, had I read every day a spiritual book, had I recommended myself to Jesus Christ and to Mary, I should not have fallen again into sin. I so often resolved to do these things, but I did not keep to my resolutions, or I commenced to keep them and afterwards neglected them, and therefore I am lost. By this worm that dieth not is meant remorse of conscience," says St. Thomas, "by which the damned will be eternally tormented in hell. In many ways conscience will gnaw at the heart of the damned. This thought will torment the damned more than the fire and all the other tortures of hell. I might have been happy forever, and now I must be miserable forever and ever." Who knows but this consideration which you are now hearing may be the last call that God will give you? Who knows, if you do not change your life now, whether the next mortal sin you commit, God will not abandon you, and for this send you to suffer for all eternity amid that crowd of fools who are now in hell confessing their mistake. When the devil tempts you to sin again, think of hell. Have recourse to God, to the Blessed Virgin. The thought of hell will deliver you from hell. Saint Bernardine of Siena says, "The greatest of all counsels is the counsel to avoid sinful occasions. Among the counsels of Christ there is one most celebrated, and as it were the foundation of religion, to avoid the occasions of sin. The devil once confessed, being compelled to do so by exorcisms, that of all the sermons that which is the most displeasing to him is the sermon on avoiding the occasions of sin. And with reason, for the devil laughs at the resolutions and promises of a repentant sinner if he does not quit dangerous occasions. Our Lord Jesus Christ does not warn us so much to be on guard against devils as men. Beware of men, Matthew 10:17. Men are often worse than devils, because the devils are put to flight by prayer and by invoking the most holy names of Jesus and Mary. But if bad companions tempt a person to sin, and he reply by some spiritual word, they do not fly, but tempt him the more. They laugh at him, call him a miserable man of no education, and a good-for-nothing. And when they can say nothing else, they call him a hypocrite who affects sanctity. To avoid such reproaches, certain weak souls unhappily associate with these ministers of Lucifer and return to the vomit. Let us courageously and cheerfully do all, undertake all, sacrifice all, that we may gain the happiness of heaven. For we never can purchase heaven at too dear of a price. Were we to do for heaven half as much as people do to earn a living, to acquire a little wealth, power, or fame, or to enjoy life, we would be sure of securing a high place among the saints. All we have to do to gain heaven is to keep the commandments of God and His church, and to bear our little crosses. Heaven is well worth every suffering and every sacrifice, and every combat required of us, and even 1,000 times more. Life is short, its trials, its sufferings, its labors, its